Hello and welcome to a video where we show you how to create an environment for your existing tenant. My name is Marco and welcome to the video. So first of all, we go to admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com, click on environments. Either you already have one or like in my case, I want to create a new one. That's what we want to show today. So on the right hand side, a new menu opens up. So first of all, we can put in the name of the environment. This is only for ourselves, only what we want to see here on the left hand side. So for example, I don't know, call it HR system or whatever. The next one is you pick the region. Please be aware that the region needs to be the exact region you have licenses for. For example, it's a difference if you have license for Europe or for Germany, for example, tenants, or for Switzerland, Norway, Korea, South Africa, whatever. So that means in my case, I have Europe because my licenses are only for Europe. Next thing is type. The type, which is interesting for us when we create a new environment, is either sandbox or production. Sandbox is usually used if you have a test, a development system where you don't have your where you don't work with every day with your live data, where not every employee logs in, but where you test. And for the live systems, production systems, where your employees log in, HR, do the HR task, etc., then it would be a production. Um, Main difference is production systems are a little bit quicker. Um, on the other hand, they can't be reset. So if you have a backup and you want to put in the backup again, then you need to change the production into a sandbox first and then do it. But no problem, you can at every time convert a production to a sandbox and vice versa. It takes a little bit of time, but that's all you need. And on the other side, sandbox, this is, as I said, usually the system for development test systems. So for our purpose, let's go with sandbox. Purpose, you either keep it empty or you put in for yourself the purpose of the environment. Next one is very important. Always create a database for this environment. If you don't have a database, you will later run into issues when trying to connect Teams, for example, with your Dynamics environment. So database, yes. Then we click on next. Oh, by the way, pay as you go with uh, Azure or Azure or however you like the pronunciation. This usually you will have licenses. So this is an alternative way to pay. I guess for most customers, you will just have Microsoft licenses and pay in this way. Don't need the pay as you go. Then we go to the next page. On the next page, we have the language. This is the base language. Base language means that if you want to do things like customizations later, this is the language where the customization menu will present to you. Um, so usually you would pick English, even for example, German or French customers, even they sometimes prefer English because people who do customizations have an easier time to look up um, help or whatever online if it's in English because there are more help um, is more help available if you do it in English compared to a regional language. But German and French is fine as well. Our tip is use one of those three languages. Otherwise, you will have otherwise the import might not work okay. So in this case, we take English. Next one is URL. So as you saw, if I click on the Here button, you see the URL, which can be chosen for your how you like it. So for example, we can put in, I don't know, your company.crm.dynamics.com. This part is always fixed. this part comes from wherever your region is. So in different regions, you see different naming conventions here. Next one is the currency. Put whatever currency you have. In my case, it's euro. Then the next one is also very important, namely the Enable Dynamics 365 apps. Please always create a new environment or an environment with this enabled, and in order to enable this, you need to have a license available here. This is connected to the region. So if nothing shows up here, then you are in the wrong region and you need to go to the right region. And if you, so on the previous page, you have the region and there you could change it. Here, let's use customer service. It's the only license I have out of these in the list. And then we can basically save it. Security groups, that's another layer of security, but that's something your admin knows better if you have security groups in your company or not. So if you have everything designed like I have, you can click on save, and then it will take a little bit of time, and afterwards your new environment will be ready. You can already see here new environment is preparing. It can be used once it's ready. So that's all for the video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.